Greetings and welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, to another fashionably late review here at Words About Games. Amy here, and today I want to talk to you all about the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. First of all, I want to give you some general information about the game. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is a narrative-driven comedy developed and published by Croz, and was released on April 27th, 2022 on PC via Steam and on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and Nintendo Switch. According to the game's store description, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is an expanded reimagining of 2013's The Stanley Parable. You will play as Stanley, and you will not play as Stanley. You will make a choice, and you'll become powerless. You are not here to win. The Stanley Parable is a game that plays you. Oh, I just looked up my notes before typing them out and realised this is definitely going to be a short video. And it's going to start with a cliche. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, which I'm just going to start calling Ultra Deluxe from now on, is a game you want to play with as little foreknowledge as possible, irregardless of whether you've played the original release or not. In fact, if you've played the Stanley Parable, that goes double. Trust me, if you think this game might be for you, or you've played the original release before, go play it before watching this review, or any other review, or watching someone stream it. Just play it. It's worth it. At the end of this review, I call the game magnificent. Any more information than that is just too much. Just turn back and play the game yourself, and then we'll be back here. There's an extended joke in Ultra Deluxe about the Stanley Parable 2. You reach the new content in this game by walking through a door with a sign outside that says New Content, which is about what I expected from the Stanley Parable. Naturally, the new content is incredibly underwhelming, especially to the narrator, your ever-present companion throughout. And so he creates some new content. You can tell it's better because it's signposted with a bright neon sign. You're then taken on a tour of ideas for the Stanley Parable 2, as the narrator deconstructs the original release in real time, and you see some features and gameplay mechanics that could be added to a theoretical sequel, which naturally gives rise to some funny jokes, a couple of wonderful surprises, and musings on the nature of what makes a good video game follow-up. The thing about that joke, like most jokes in the Stanley Parable and in Ultra Deluxe, is that at a certain point, the joke stops being a joke. That's kind of the whole point of the Stanley Parable, which I guess I don't need to tell you since I warned anyone away who hasn't actually played the game back at the introduction. The point is, Ultra Deluxe is stealthily, somehow, an actual sequel to the Stanley Parable. Against all odds and the logic of the universe, Croz made a sequel to a game that never really should have had a sequel. And it works magnificently, because you're not expecting it. This is a remaster of a game almost a decade old, with a bit of new content that is literally signposted so you can walk right up to it at your earliest convenience. You play through the game and get a couple of endings that you may or may not remember from your time playing the original. The entire original game is here, so you can do everything you could do the first time around if you really want to. After a couple of goes around searching for Stanley's missing co-workers, you find the new content door, and then later, the new content door. And once you've done all that, there's an item. I'm not going to say what it is, but you can pick this item up for every subsequent run through the game. It's a funny joke and a really nice touch given what the item is and where it came from. However, this item fundamentally alters all of the endings of the Stanley Parable. Like, you literally get all new storylines by following each and every path through the game while carrying this item. And if you ignored my warning in the introduction and I just spoiled that for you, I'm sorry, because this revelation as I played through a couple of endings with the item, as I realised what Croz had done, was one of my favourite video game moments, if not ever, at least for a long time. You don't just get a new ending, you don't just get a new bit of dialogue, you get like all new stories in all the different directions. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say. I want to preserve as much of the mystery for the people who stuck around in this video far too long and probably regret it. For everyone else, I'm going to find someone to make a spoiler video with, even if I have to bully one of my friends into playing the game. So keep your eyes peeled for that, because there's so much I could say about Ultra Deluxe. I came for the nostalgia trip and a bit of new content, and what I got was one of my favourite games of 2022. So that's it for this review. Let us know what you think of the game. Did you like it? Are you in the middle? Or was it just not for you? Leave a comment down below. You know where the comments are. Or hit me up on Twitter. All the info's in the description. And I'm going to get out of here because I have tons more games to play and there's not enough time in the day. So I will see you next time.